y'all doing?
Doing pretty well. How about you?
Everything well, thank God.
You guys just obviously finished camp here. What was kind of the big takeaway from you from this time together down here at Costa Mesa?
I think throughout this time at Costa Mesa, we've done a great job being able to really build in and have that brotherhood and have that connection, because at the end of the day, you have a bunch of new pieces and this new offense and this new defense. So being able to come out each and every single day and get 1% better is what I think brought us today, where you guys see all the energy and you guys flying around and just that competitive nature that builds us to become where we want to go.
Speaking of brotherhood, we were talking to Coach Foster about the brotherhood meetings you guys have had.
Yeah.
Was there one story that kind of stuck with you the most or meant something to you that you'll kind of take away from that experience?
I think Coach Kwon's story about finishing, his whole word or whatnot, was finish. And at the end of the day, as an offensive lineman, you have to be able to finish. And honestly, across the whole board, as a unit, you need to be able to know that nobody cares if you're tired, nobody cares if you're hurt, nobody cares if you have an injury that's pushable, like you can keep going. Therefore, you have to have a mentality each and every single day that you know that there's going to be somebody that lines across from you that wants your position, that wants to take the food off your family's plate to be able to go and provide for theirs. So I think just having that mentality of being able to finish, come out each day, whether it be recovery, whether it be in the classroom, off the classroom, on the field, like all of these things build up in order to have that finish mentality.
Speaking of Coach Kwon, what was his message to you that made you want to come to UCLA?
Coach Kwon was actually hired after I had already committed.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So.
But what did bring you to UCLA? What was?
When I came up here on my visit, Coach Foss and as well as all the other coaching staff that was still on site, the energy as well as the brotherhood and the culture that I saw amongst the guys in the locker room, like, it's something I've never seen before. It was just the unitedness of having everybody, whether it be DBs and wide receivers or D linemen and O linemen, all mixing with each other. That was something pretty cool that you don't find that everywhere.
And speaking of Coach Kwon, is there one thing that he does, or one or two things that he does that stands out that's a little different than some of your other previous offensive line coaches?
I wouldn't say necessarily anything's different. I think Coach Kwon does a great job of being able to be not necessarily hard on his players, but want to motivate them to the point where you have to have an intrinsic something inside that's like, you know what, I'm tired of messing up on my X, Y, and Z block. I need to go and get it fixed, whether I go and stay after practice or whether I go and meet with him after. So just him being able to stay on top of you, no matter you're doing good, bad, ones, twos, or threes. Like the guys we have, like Garrison Blank as well as Nehemiah Johnson, he's on those guys, but it's because of the expectation that he sees out of them. He sees and holds them to such a high standard that he wants them to be great. So he could sit there each and every single day with the freshmen and be like, all right, guys, yeah, this is good job, next rep. But no, at the end of the day, he's sitting here and truly going all in for his players. So yeah.
How have you taken on a leadership role? I mean, this is now your second session of practices after spring since coming in.
Yes,
how have you taken on a leadership role in this offensive line group?
I think just being able to get alongside Garrett DiGiorgio, Sam Yoon, all the other guys that have been here before me, and build that brotherhood. I mean, off the football field, we're always with each other, whether it's hanging out at the facility, going to get an extra lift, and going to Venice Beach, Santa Monica. So I think just that genuine brotherhood. We talk about culture, we talk about UCLA, that is a real thing. So just being able to come in and be welcomed with open arms by these guys was just amazing, and it was a blessing for me.
What's your comfort level now in the offense, now having gone through spring and now in 2 weeks into fall camp?
I wouldn't say my comfort level is anywhere. At the end of the day, each and every single day, I got to get better so that I can continue to keep a stride and go ahead and build off each and every single day so that I can get to the end goal, which is the professionals or wherever it may be. At the end of the day, I don't believe in being okay, I had a good day or whatnot. Like, no, I want to sit here and maximize each and every single opportunity I have.
I think we've seen you almost exclusively at guard. Is that something you were mainly playing at Florida State too, or is that something that was a switch for you?
It was a switch. I initially started off at tackle for the first year, then I got moved into the interior, but over here I have been repping ones and twos with the guard as well as at tackle. So being whether it be right or left tackle, it just depends on the depth we have or whatever the situation may be if we need one guy because somebody goes down, and yeah.
How's it been going with Fontu, playing center a little bit more? Coach Foster mentioned, something he'd been doing since the end of spring, really. Right. How have you maybe seen him grow into that role?
I think he's done a great job of embracing it. At the end of the day, center is one of the hardest positions. You're the CEO of the offense. You have to sit there, command, give out ID points, tell the whole offensive line as well as tight ends and running backs, okay, this is the protection, X, Y, and Z. So to be able to sit there and have that pressure, I think Fonto does a great job of embracing it and being like, you know what, all right, I'm the CEO. I'm going to make sure everybody is in their position, their spot where they need to be. At the end of the day, CEO of the offensive line as the center. So I think him, Sam, all the other centers, Caleb, they've been doing great jobs of embracing that position.
I know cohesion is so important with that group. You got to work as one. How do you see that building so far through fall camp with kind of the ones that we've seen of late?
I think it's been a great job. At the end of the day, like, there's always things you can improve on. There's always the small details, whether it be dropping your inside foot or being too early with your punch or whatever. The offensive line is just such a detail-specific position that it can take you one little small thing that you might fix one day, have it good 2-3 days, but then you forget about it the next day after. So it's all just about locking in on the details, and I think this whole unit from 1s, 2s, and 3s has done a great job of being able to come out each day, know, look, we're going to work, we're going to practice, we're going to meet, so embrace it. Go ahead and give it your all so that you can get something out of it at the end.
Nico being a guy that came in after spring camp, how have you kind of seen him develop with the offensive line, build that relationship with him?
I think he's done a great job of being able to come up to us each day. He always gives us motivation, whether it be, all right, come on, guys, we got to move the ball here. Whether we be in a 2-minute situation or 4-minute, he'll come up to us and be like, hey, look, we need protection here, we need X, Y, and Z. But since he's came here, I mean, he just had his head down, he kept his nose down, and he worked. At the end of the day, you see his work throughout the progress of the whole camp, as well as each day. Whenever he comes out here, you see the leader. Whenever he steps out on the field, he commands a presence. So being the quarterback position, you kind of do have to have that swagger, but he's also such a humble guy that each and every single day, like the beginning of practice today, all right, guys, let's have a day. Let's really go ahead and lock in so that we can get the most out of this. So just being a quarterback that is vocal as well as speaking to the whole team, I think is a good thing to have.
Where have you seen the offense from the start of camp to now? Like, how have you seen it develop, and where do you think it's at in terms of getting ready for the season?
I think we're taking strides each and every single day, but at the end of the day, we're nowhere near where we need to be yet. I think each and every single day is just about building, and from the first day to now, I mean, it's a complete 9-day difference, but at the end of the day, we're not satisfied. We're going to keep pushing until we can get to perfect, knowing we might not get it, but at the end of the day, we're going to get pretty darn close, and that'll be a good result or a good outcome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it. Thank you so much.
Y'all have a good rest.